Hi, welcome if you're new to my channel, and if you're returning from any other one of my videos, welcome back. Today I'm filming the video that my imposter syndrome is very strongly urging me not to do. It's something that I very much do not feel prepared for yet. You can probably tell by the title that this video is about my experience as, first of all, an international student, but also an international student studying architecture at the University of Edinburgh. Kind of feels like I'm not informed enough to be making this video, to be filming this advice. I'm a second year student. I've not even finished second year yet. What do I know? But I feel like it's a helpful video regardless. I get quite a few questions either in my comment or even in my Instagram DMs, and I just thought it would be helpful to kind of compile my thoughts, opinions, and reflection on some of the aspects that concern being an international student on the course that I study. I'm sure there'll be a point in the future where I disagree with some of the points and some of the things I say, and I'll probably refilm this video or a similar type of video at some point. But regardless, I feel like it would be quite a helpful video, and perhaps a video that I wish I had when I was applying. So again, to preface, I am a second year architecture student at the University of Edinburgh. So most of the things that I will be saying today very much concern my particular uni, my particular course, and my particular circumstances. However, I feel like they also will resonate with other people, other international students in other UK unis or other architecture students. So in order to structure this video in some cohesive manner, I had a look at some of the most common questions I get asked, and I divided them into two separate parts. So one of them is the actual application process, and the second part would be choosing the school. Why did I choose Edinburgh? Do I regret choosing Edinburgh? Etc, etc. So to start off with the application process, I won't actually be going through like the very detailed application process to UK unis because I feel like there's enough content about that out there. I'll be focusing more on more specific questions regarding my course. So first of all, this is one of the questions I get asked the most, and this is portfolio requirements. A lot of architecture schools do require portfolio. I applied to a number of different schools for the course of architecture, and a lot of them required a portfolio. However, for Edinburgh specifically, I did not have a portfolio requirement, so there's nothing for me to share. I got in here without the need of having a portfolio. I did create portfolios to some schools, and I did get into some other schools with portfolios. But to be completely honest, I don't even really know if I kept those portfolios. It's mostly just work from my IB visual arts course, just structured in a different way because every school had different requirements. But at least when I was applying, Edinburgh did not require a portfolio for architecture. Grade requirements. Now this will differ significantly for different people. Edinburgh in particular has very, very different grade requirements depending on your circumstances. The range of IB scores, which is the course I was taking, was 36 to 38. However, my final requirements to get into architecture at Edinburgh was an IB 40 with 1.7 and 2 6s and my HL, which is an incredibly high score if I do say so myself. It was by far the highest grade requirements that I had from all of my other uni that I had conditional offers to. Now, the final element of an application is the personal statement. I feel like I won't be able to add anything super inventive. My personal statement was fine, but I don't think it was anything extraordinary. I just filled it with a lot of the extracurriculars that I did throughout high school. So that's essentially everything for the actual application process. I don't think anything was surprising or out of the blue. In fact, Edinburgh was one of the easier schools to apply to, in my opinion, apart from the fact that I had really high requirements. But I think the application itself was very much doable and not too complex. And now for the actual things concerning the school itself that I wish I had known before. One thing I wish I had placed a little bit more focus on was the actual reputation of the course and the school. I didn't really look too closely at the course structure or what it would entail. In all honesty, I mostly focused on the city. So architecture is part of the Edinburgh College of Arts at University of Edinburgh, which would naturally mean that it's a little bit more of an artistic course. than those that some other unis offer. I wish I had known a bit more about the distinction between a college of art versus a school of engineering. In all honesty, I just didn't really think about it. Our degree is quite artistic. We had courses such as art and design, which were very like art heavy. But then I wouldn't say, at least at the current moment, that the maths and the physics and all of that we're doing is too complex. That part of the degree is definitely not as intense as it could be in other schools. And more generally speaking, I wish I'd kind of looked at the reputation of the schools more. As much as I'm perfectly happy being at Edinburgh right now, kind of being part of this culture showed me the different stereotypes and really reputations that people going to different unis may have. And even within the uni itself, even people who study in the College of Art versus the School of Engineering are viewed quite differently just because of the courses they take. So even though I don't think that would have influenced my choice, I'm very happy not being in a School of Engineering at the current moment, but it's something I definitely wish I had been more aware of when I was applying. Now, the next aspect is something that I did in fact look quite closely at, and this is having a city uni versus campus university. Edinburgh University is smack dab in the middle of Edinburgh. It's very much a city university. It's a little bit different from, for example, London, which is a massive city. Edinburgh is definitely like a lot more close-knit, very walkable in that sense. It's really, really nice. It still has a lot to do that's not necessarily connected or concerned with the school itself, even though student life and students in general are very much present in the city. They're not the only thing in the city. I didn't know how important it was to me when I was applying, but sometimes it's just nice to get away from uni life, go to a place where it's not just students everywhere. I really appreciate everything we can do within the city without having to think about the uni itself. It's a very vibrant city. There's a lot happening here. Obviously the biggest thing, the Fringe Festival during the summer, but apart from that, Christmas markets, there's so much happening within the city. And a lot of it is not connected to the university at all, even though the uni is a big part of the city itself. Overall, I don't think that knowing any of these things would have actually changed my decision. I'm very happy with my uni choice, with my city choice. I'm probably at one of the most exciting points of my degree because this is the semester that we get to do electives, and my course does not get many electives. So it's really cool to be able to do something outside of my degree, something that's really interesting. I've been really enjoying my elective so far, and if anything, I hope that this information just allows someone to cement their choice in Edinburgh. I think it's a really good school. It definitely has some faults, as all places do, but overall I think it's a pretty good place to spend 4 years of your life in. These are just a few of the things that popped into my head as I was writing notes for this video, but I'm sure there'll be some things that I think of later down the line, so I might be filming an update to this at some point in the future. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll hopefully see you in my next video. Bye!